Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. Now today I'm going to be transplanting my little Astrophytum Cactus Seedlings. And I sowed these seeds back in February 2018 and they were seeds from the British Cactus and Succulent Society seed catalogue. So very happy. When I sowed them a lot more germinated, but obviously as seedlings do, sometimes they die back as they get older, and I'm just left now with these 4 little ones, all different sizes, very different. This one the biggest one, that one being the tiniest. And normally I would leave them in the same pot until they were actually bigger than this, because I don't like to transplant seedlings when they're still young. But because I'm not really happy with the soil that they're in, I want to transplant them and put them into this better soil I've got here. And I've got 4 little very miniature tiny little clay pots with a hole in, which is always a bonus. Very hard to find tiny clay pots, and especially with holes in, so very happy. As I say, Astrophytum can be rot prone, especially when they're very young plants, and for me to pot these up into bigger plastic pots, it could be a bit risky, so it's safer to be on the safe side with the little clay pots here. And what I'm going to be doing is sharing in this video the transplanting. I'm going to be pricking them out and then potting them up and show you what they look like. Now, if you've never grown cactus from seed before, or you want to know the method I do, then do check out a video I have made on how to grow cactus from seed. Links up above, and I'll also put the links down below in the video description. So here we go, guys. These are these 4 little cuties, and what I've done, I've made up a very well draining cactus mix. Astrophytum, to show you our Astrophytum collection here. We have quite a lot in our collection of many different types here, and they can be rot prone if you're not careful. So if you don't go using any old type of houseplant soil or garden soil, they need a very well draining cactus mix. In this case, I've used a cactus mix that was I really like, that my friend Daz recommended. Very happy with this. I've been potting up a lot of my cacti over the past few weeks into this mix. Very happy. And if you want to know how to make this actual recipe for cactus soil, then do check out Daz's video. I'll link the video up above, and also I'll put down below as well in the video description. But just in brief, it's actually four equal parts of a loam based soil. In this case I've used John Innes number 2, mixed with pumice and lava rock and a bit of grit, and I've mixed it all together, so very well draining. And as I say, in the clay they're going to be easy to keep these seedlings well watered without the chances of rot. So here we go, let's get going then, guys. Now first of all, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be gently squeezing this pot to loosen up the soil that these little cuties are in already, because the less I damage the root system. Now this one is quite large compared to the others. It may actually be too big to go into this very small pot. I won't know till I see the size of the roots, but if the roots are very long, I'll need to put it into a little bit of a bigger pot. So first of all, I often use these little things to loosen them up. There you go, it's a cutie there. And it's always a good opportunity when you're potting on transplanting seeds, just to check the roots. There's no signs of pests or anything there. The less you can sort of damage the roots with seedlings, the better. And as I say, this is too large of a pot for these little seedlings now, so again here gently teasing off the roots, the soil off the roots. Yep, pretty good there. Very happy to see good little root systems. It's quite normal for Astrophytum to have sometimes like a dark orange on them at the base. As long as it's not soft, there's no signs of rot. It's sometimes just something that they do, so no need to necessarily panic there. Same as this one here. I'm just going to show you this one. See how sometimes they go like that. Now you do have to be careful with a lot of Astrophytums, can be prone to rot, and sometimes like a dry orange type of rot. So this is one I'm going to have to keep my eye on. It's not soft or squashy, and the roots, I'm going to check the roots now, check it's okay around the base. It seems to be pretty much okay there, no signs of softness. But as I say, sometimes Astros, I've had it with some of mine before, have a bit of a dry rot that's sort of silent inside, so I'm going to have to keep my eye on this one. But the other 3 look pretty much okay there, little cuties, getting the little spots on them as well. And they're looking a little bit yellow as well, so definitely need a change of soil in here. But as I say, no problem here. No sign of softness. And it could just be that sometimes they get that tan at the very base of them. There we go. Pretty much good there. But as I say, I'll have to keep a close eye on that one. Always important. And not going to use in this soil. It's completely taken up with nutrients, I would say now. These 4 little cuties now, as I say, this one, I think that's going to be okay in there, especially if I want to keep my eye on that. That's going to be deep enough for that. So here we go then. So put a little bit of soil in there in the bottom. And as I say, this, especially seedlings as well, I wouldn't normally be transplanting them at this size. I'd have kept them in the pot, but I just wasn't happy with the soil that they're in. So, and I think they are still at that large enough stage to be transplanted now. Put it in there, and then gently. Aren't they gorgeous, guys? As I say, extra special, I sowed them from seed. And I say this cactus mix, as long as you use any type of transplanted seedlings, are very well draining cactus soil, but I've tried a few in the past, and it depends really on the type of cacti you're potting up as well. Some like a bit more moisture in the soil than others, such as the epiphytes, but Astrophytum, especially young ones, the grittier the soil, well draining I should say, the better. And that's really all I need to do with this little cutie here. And as I say, what I'm going to be doing, I don't think I've done any damage to the roots, but just as a safety, what I like to do when I pot up all cacti is leave them for a few days before I start to water again. In this case, I think they are still young seedlings. I know they're in February 2018, but they're still very tiny. I don't want them to stay too dry for long, so I'll probably just leave it a week before I start to water again. And the reason why I'm leaving it a week is because it will give the chance for these little seedlings to acclimatise into their new soil, and if there's been any damage at all to the roots, which I don't think I've done at all, be very careful, as you can see, it just means that it gives the chance for the roots to heal. Now, people say, when is the best time to transplant pot on young seedlings? And I always say, well, the best time is when they're sort of large enough to be potted on. They can stay in the little pots as long as possible if the soil is okay, but if they're touching, obviously they're getting large and they're touching each other, then that's the time to transplant them. And always the best time of year, preferably spring or summer or early fall, autumn, because that time they've got a chance to sort of acclimatise into the soil and settle down before the long winter rest comes. And there we go, this one as well. You can see I don't think I've done any to disturb the roots in any form. They've got a good little root system anyway, considering they're so young. An Astrophytum, if you're thinking, gosh, if I sowed these in 2018 in the February, why are they still so small? That's because Astrophytum are very, very slow growing. Some species are faster growing than others, but they are slow growing from seed. So as I say, these have been sitting still for a little longer than I would like, and this will help them potting them on into this amazing soil mix that I really like. There you go, little cuties. Aren't they adorable? And these little pots, as I say, I found these on Amazon. They're so hard to find normally. I'm just going to take, this is a bit of the older soil. I just want to take that off there, so it's, that's it, you can see the little roots on there. Let's take a little bit more out of there. That's it. Adorable little cuties. And I'm going to be then waiting a week before I water these again. Now, clay pots, what I'm going to be doing, because obviously clay pots dry out quite quick, so it's safe as well with the watering with these young seedlings, but because I have transplanted them, I'm going to be putting these a little bit, they're in the polytunnel, I'm going to be putting them under the table just to get a bit of shade for the next week, and then after that I can put them back into their sunny position and then give them a good watering, and keep these sort of watered as soon as the soil in the pot dries out, and then totally dry over the winter. Obviously they'll be big enough then to overwinter, I think, without any problems. Ta-da! There you go, little cuties. 4 adorable cuties. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and as I say, if you want to know how to grow cacti from seed, then please do check out the video I've made on how to grow cacti from seed. Links down below in the video description and also up above. So guys, and if you want to know a bit more about how to grow cacti succulents, then please do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. And I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of cute little baby cactus power from across the Emerald Isle. And until my next video, bye.